Hello there everybody, Sam'sTrains here. Welcome back to the railway and welcome back to Sam'sTrains Live. It's awesome to be back for another live stream, and obviously this series is going on across random Sundays throughout the summer, and this is actually the penultimate stream, meaning the next one will be the last. So if you don't want to miss that one, subscribe, feel free to turn on notifications if you want to, and then you will obviously get notified about the stream. But how's everybody doing? It's really nice to see so many people here. Just look at that chat go. Now, fair warning, it is pretty darn hot up here today. I think it's the hottest it's been for a live stream. So over 30 degrees Celsius, which is over 90 Fahrenheit. I'm not going to be doing too much charging about today. However, I am going to be doing lots of trains running, of course, and I'm going to be taking lots of requests. So keep them coming, keep them creative. Obviously, I'm going to do a lot of shout-outs as usual. I'll get to some of those in just a second. I'm also going to do a bit of a Q&A today as well. Just haven't done one of those for a while. Thought I could answer some modelling questions, technical questions, questions about me, the channel, anything you want. So keep thinking about those. We'll get to the Q&A later on, and I've got some artwork to show you as well. But yeah, first of all, let's do some shout-outs. Now, I promised to shout out to, is it the Rolling Peanut? Yeah, the Rolling Peanut. Remember to say hi to me on stream, Sam. There you go, Rolling Peanut. Hopefully you're going to enjoy the stream. Hopefully you do. Trey Walden, hello to you too. Paul Carroll's here. Hi, Paul. Nice to have you back. Duck Rails, R.I.P. I'm under my sheets and I'm warm. You're a madman, Duck. You're a madman. Get out from under those sheets. No one wants to die of heat exhaustion today. Oh, wow. Ed Flame 4291, 40C in my loft, avoiding it until later. That sounds smart. You don't want to physically cook yourself, do you? That's never a good idea. Alex Dent is on holiday in the Lake District. What a time to be in the Lake District. I bet it is gorgeous, if not very hot. Probably both. Sodord Anderman, nice to see you. We select notifications, but it reverts back to the lowest option. Does not give the option to select all notifications. Very strange. Sorry to hear you've had trouble. It's just typical issues, isn't it? Typical issues. Lewis Hughes, thank you very, very much. Appreciate that. Yes, minor fun theme parks. I can shout out Alex C. Hope you're doing well, Alex, whoever you may be. Mr. Matthews, good afternoon to you. Samuel's Locos, same to you. Mayo Hosco, nice to have you in the chat. Tuck Rails says no, so he does want to be cooked alive today, apparently. TMD R&M, hello Samuel's Locomotives. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. I don't know if this new name's going to catch on, but I do have a few questions. Do you eat? Do you smoke? Do you verbally abuse your engines? Well, the Q&A is later, but to answer those questions, yes, I eat. No, I don't smoke. And yes, I occasionally verbally abuse my engines when they derail. The nice ones don't get abused, though. That's what I will clarify. Oh, Darian Wilcox lives in the lakes. That is, I mean, you're lucky. Probably doesn't feel it right now, but hey, at least you've got the big lakes to go jump into. We used to go and stay near Derwentwater. A lot of people like swimming in that lake. Cold here in Melbourne, Australia. Michelle's rail page. Well, you just count yourself lucky, because it's pretty nasty over here. Although I guess in Australia you're a bit better equipped to deal with the heat when it comes, aren't you? Over here in the UK we're not. We don't have aircon in our houses or anything, so it's a bit awkward. XRCon42, thank you very much. Let's see City of Truro and Lord of the Isles. What a combo. Double heading with the Great Western Clerestory coaches. See, two Great Western 440s, amazing combination. And RDHNLB wants to see Backman Duck run on some ocean wagons. That is no problem at all. I am taking requests, I should say, so if you want to submit one, you can use the super chat, which is the little dollar down there, £5 or the equivalent, and you can pick whatever loco or rolling stock you want, and I will run them on a live stream for you. For your 5 minutes of fame, and of course all of the money goes back into the channel to keep it alive, to keep new videos coming out. So if you want to support the channel, that's a way you can do it. No expectation at all for that, but if you want to, thank you so much. It's really, really appreciated. And today's challenge, Well, yeah, let's go on to the challenge. So I've got this L&ER wagon from Oxford Rail. It's a 6-plank wagon, and it is weathered. So today's request theme is going to be weathered models. So I'm going to give this model to the best requestee who comes up with a creative request including a weathered model. So it requires a bit of knowledge really on what I've got in my collection. So quite a challenge, perhaps more so than it seems. So good luck, I'll reveal who's getting that later on. And obviously if there are any birthdays in the house and you'd like to hear my horrid birthday song, then super chat for any amount and I will play it for you. And in fact, you'll be very pleased to hear we've got one already. So this is for William Soutar, 1638, whose birthday is tomorrow. So everybody in the chat, close your ears and wish William a very happy birthday. Here we go, William, happy birthday.
Happy train birthday to you. Happy train birthday to you. Happy train birthday, happy train birthday. Happy train birthday to you.
There you go, cheers William, happy birthday, hope you have a really good one. Keep us posted, let us know if anything nice happens to you. JC number 12345, thank you so much. And Sparky129, hi Sam, hope you are well. Could you run a black 5? Don't get requested that very often. Pulling some red coaches with the 8112 helping to bank. Yes, thank you Sparky, I'll give that a go. Tiger Rails Railway Videos, hi Sam, could I request a double heading of 2 Great Western tender locos? Oh, the possibilities are endless there. Hauling a mixed coaches of Great Western Southern LMS and Intercity. Wow, now that is pretty creative right there, Tiger Rails. Thank you very much. And look at all those happy birthdays in the chat. That is awesome. Yeah, happy birthday, William. Hope you have a good one. Okay, shall we run some trains? I think it's high time, isn't it? So let's see how they get on in the hot weather, shall we? So on the outside line, we've got one from Jurassic Jack's Trains, who wanted 2 A4s, double heading with some ocean wagons and some egg vans. But of course, obviously the A4s don't have front couplings, at least the Hornby ones don't. So I've just got one A4 on there, that's Golden Eagle. Mindless Shark wanted to see Gordon and Mallard double heading. We can do that because Gordon's got a front coupling with some Pullmans, so yeah, no problem. And then Godzilla 1954 wanted a USA Tour Flying Scotsman with any rolling stock. Unfortunately, I don't have that particular Flying Scotsman, but well, I do have a Hornby Flying Scotsman, so we've got that one on instead. So we've got the Oceans and the Egg Vans. They're probably going to derail, so we'll start those last and keep an eye on those. Let's start the other Pacifics going. Oh yeah, all Pacifics. How funny. I didn't actually intend it to be like that, but it's, yeah, strange how things work out that way. Right, please cross your fingers on the Egg Vans, folks. I don't think it will do any good, but it's worth a try, isn't it? Right, let's keep an eye on them. Hauled by an A4 in a very beautiful passenger blue, which is probably a bit insulting to it, but hey, I'm not that precious. It's better than verbally abusing the engines, isn't it? Crikey. Right, there we go. Egg van derailed shortly before going onto the bookcase. Oh my god. Stop. Oh, I don't think I stopped in time, did I? Wow. Oh, that was quite a start. I'm not entirely sure what to even do about that now. I guess I'd better start the clean-up process. I think what I'll do is I'll back up the 2 engines that came and crashed into it and try and at least salvage them from what is a pretty nasty situation there. Alright, here we go. So it's a good start, it's a good start. I start the stream by saying, you know, I'm not going to do too much charging about, and then this happens. So, oh, I should probably cut the power to Golden Eagle as well. Yeah, still trying to pull its ocean wagons. Yeah, I'm going to stop that right now. So yeah, I don't know how well you could see that, but basically one of the egg vans got stuck and then it flipped over all of the ocean wagons. Every single one of them has flipped over onto the middle line, I guess, and that has caused a major crash. So luckily the oceans are still coupled together, but what I think I'll do is just whip them off and Maybe even take them round to the front where there's a bit more space. Yeah, I might do that. Fortunately, these are not valuable or super detailed wagons, so I can manhandle them a little bit without being in any danger of damaging them. Let's grab a few of them and let's bring Golden Eagle back down to the front. I think we can start the other engines going again, so if I just press the split screen button. Thank you, Sparky. Wants to see Backman Gordon with some blood and custard coaches with a Backman Edward banking. I will give it a go, Sparky. Thank you very much. Oh man. Right, let's start everything off again. We're going the right way, yeah. Let's give Golden Eagle another go. And I don't think I'll put the egg vans back on, funnily enough. But I will give the others a go. I'll give the Oceans another try, because I think half a lap is a little bit naff for a live request, isn't it? So we'll go for it again. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, folks. I mean, happens every single time, so you shouldn't be surprised, but I apologise nevertheless. Right, let's get these wagons back on, double quick time. Oh, you ready for this? What a display of skill. Okay. Come on, folks, we need one successful lap. This is the bare minimum, I feel. Alright. Egg vans, you can stay there. I'll go and get my Crocs and stamp on you later. Oh, if only I could, folks. If only I could. Right. Off we go again. You ready? Ready for a successful lap? That's what it better be. Or I'll be abusing the engines verbally again. Yes. Alright, here we go. Surely this will be alright. Yeah, the Ocean wagons, old and crusty as they absolutely are, they are pretty reliable. Hopefully I don't live to eat my words on that. Ah, William Soutar got the new Dapple Manor, Backman Ivet Class 2, and the EMD in Canadian Pacific Red. Wow, and what's the pick of the litter from those, William? Have you got a favourite? Let us know. Anyway, things are going pretty darn well now, aren't they? Look at this. This is how it should be. Oh yeah, and I've probably mentioned the other stream. The track has started to warp, which is not something I have ever had. This is the hottest summer we've had, well, in the history of this channel, because I've never known track warp. But I've had a bit of that. It's not so bad at the moment. It's not causing problems, but yeah, a few streams ago we did have a few derailments, and it turns out that was the reason for them. Or most likely, anyway. But yeah, we're okay again now, I think. There we go, everybody's home safe, excellent. Nice work, engines, nice. Alright, well thank you very much for the nice requests there, folks. Okay, so let's do some questions then, shall we? So, it doesn't have to be questions about me, I mean, that's fine, but if you want to ask about model releases, what do we think about them? If you want to ask about a technical question, something like that, question about the channel, now is going to be your time. I haven't done this for a while, so there are no silly questions. Jump in, and hopefully I'll be able to spot you. And while we wait for them to come through, I might do some shout-outs or something. So if you want one of those, jump in there as well. Got to keep drinking today, it's pretty darn hot. Ouch, says NWR, yeah, ouch is definitely the word. NWR Jane W, for today's challenge, could you do the Princess and the Duchess weathered? Have I got one of those? Yes, it's Margaret Rose, isn't it, that I've got that's weathered. Well done, you see, even I forgot I'd got that. With some coaches, yep, that's fine. We'll have to see if they've got front couplings, but if so, we can do it. Right, Harry C, this is a big question. For the Q&A, will you do an N-Gauge or 009 one day? Hopefully, yes, hopefully. At the moment in this space, I haven't got room for that, unfortunately. But one day, I would absolutely love to branch out into some different gauges. I do have some plans to do. Is it on 030? It's basically O scale, but on HO track. Whatever that one is, I'm going to be doing a bit of that at some point. So there's a mini spoiler for you, no problem. Angus's Trains, what is your favourite locos? It probably is the Hornby unrebuilt Merchant Navy. I really do like those. And that's your question as well answered, the Rolling Peanut. Sparky129, could you double head the J70 and the J50? Lots of four-wheel coaches, J70 in front. Thank you so much, Sparky. Yeah, I can do that, no problem. Chris Lackey, if you're a chief mechanical engineer, there is a post on the community tab which you can scroll back to and find. It's probably a month or two old now, and that's the official place where you post your request. And if you do it before the 4th of September, then you will get your free request over this series. A lot of people are mad at Bachmann for releasing Bo. I honestly don't care. He might be a cool model. Yeah, you know what? It might be. Are they going to be using the existing? Is it the 440, American 440? Because in that case, it's not going to cost them a lot to develop the character, is it? So it's just a bonus, really, isn't it? And Rebecca, of course, is coming to the range too, if nobody else saw that. Derek Marquette, any advice for starting a model train YouTube channel? Well, sure. I mean, there's a lot to say with that. First of all, you need a bit of luck, to be honest with you. I think I got really lucky, so I don't really know how you would create a big model train channel, but I think you need to find the part of the hobby that you really enjoy. You need to learn a good bit about it, but most of all, do what it is that you like. Like, ignore what people say. Oh, you should be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, I run on the carpet. A lot of people tell me I shouldn't, but you know what? I'm doing pretty well out of it, aren't I? So you undertake the hobby in the way that you enjoy, and if you genuinely are passionate about it, that will come through in your videos and people will want to watch them. So my advice would be just start and have a go, and if nothing comes of it, then you haven't lost anything and you've still got your hobby at the end of the day. Mindless Shark, which Loco releases are you looking forward to? Oh, I don't know. There are a lot that I'm looking forward to. I'm quite looking forward to the KR Models Fell, the Acura Scale Manor. That's just going to be really interesting to see. Oh, there's a lot, isn't there? I'm really looking forward to the larger Hornby Ruston. I think that's one that's flying under the radar quite a bit. New 9F models, that'll be great. The new Black 5 should be really good. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. The D1, is it? D1 that Dapol are doing? That ought to be pretty interesting. Yeah, there's a lot. My mind doesn't have them all like on the tip of my tongue, but there's a lot. Let's see. What's the best train? The best train? Oh, that's a question I want to answer, actually. One day I'm going to put all of my Loco rankings from the last 5 years or so together, and semi-objectively, I mean, it's based on review data, which is subjective, but I'll try and come up with what I think are the best 5 Locos ever, or something like that. That might be interesting, yeah. Let's see, do you have a Bachmann Percy, says ConZ? Yes. A review has been filmed, and it's coming out pretty soon. I don't think I've mentioned that before. Let's see. Q&A, are you married or in a relationship with anyone, says Duck Rails. I am not married, but yes, I am in a relationship with somebody. Have you ever CC? I don't know what that means, sorry, I'm not very hip. ProTune HD, no, I don't have ventilation in the loft. This room was converted to be my playroom as a child many, many years ago, and honestly I don't think any sort of window or ventilation was ever considered. Now, is it difficult to have something like that fitted? No, but the trouble is, you know, if you are cutting into a wall to create a window, it creates a lot of mess. And up here there are hundreds of locomotives, thousands of items of rolling stock, model railway layout. I mean, what do? Do you try and cover it up? How do you cover up models with sheets? Do you take it all out of here? That's going to take weeks. It's just not going to be practical. Every surface in this room is full of stuff. It's really, really difficult to do anything about it. So at the end of the day, it's a couple of weeks in the year that it's unbearably hot up here. The rest of the time, it's manageable. So it's not worth going through all the stress of trying to have AC fitted or whatever. Yeah, it's not something I think is worth doing. Hi Sam, what gives you the idea to start your YouTube channel, and why give me a shout out please? You are my fairy. YouTube Sam'sTrains. I'm glad I'm your fairy. I guess you mean favourite, but that's very kind as well. That's Trainboy Plays Roblox. What gave you the idea to start your YouTube channel? Honestly, I fell in love with YouTube a long, long time ago, back in 2008. And I had loads of channels back in the early days. I did a bit of acting, I did a bit of gaming, I reviewed games as well at some point. I did a bit of everything, but one day I started to do trains. I bought a train set and I set a bit of something up here, and that just took off. And I fell in love with the hobby, and I guess people fell in love with this channel, and it just never stopped. And here I am just doing it for a living. And I'm very, very lucky to be able to do that, because, you know, every job has its ups and downs, but generally speaking, I absolutely love what I do, and I really couldn't see myself doing anything else. So yeah, that's the short version. A lot of stuff has happened, but yeah, that's the brief one. Angus's Trains, do you reckon you would buy an Australian locomotive? I did try to once from Australian Railway models, but Hornby messed us about, so it got cancelled in the end. But sure, if I can find a decent one day, I would definitely do that. Alex Dent, I started this hobby in about 2012, end of 2011, start of 2012, something like that. Mr. Matthews, what exhibitions are you going to this year? I am hoping to visit Worley, so yeah, if you want to go to Worley, might be able to meet up. Jackson Rocket, hi Sam, please can I see the Garrett double heading with the Flying Scotsman, with Pullman coaches and the Queen Mary brake van? Absolutely, Jackson, thank you so much. What's the next loco you will review? That's a secret, but it's one that I've reviewed before and was extremely disappointed with, and it's one that I'm going to be giving a second chance. That's it. I'm not going to give you any more information than that. I'm Citric Amoeba. I'm not that great with scenery, so you probably want to ask somebody else the question about putting grass under your track, because I'm not very good at that sort of thing. Marion Bond, I guess on behalf of Joe Bond, did you like the Steeple Grange Light Railway? Yes, it was absolutely awesome. And you know what was better than the railway? It was the people that were running the railway, because they were so passionate, they were so generous. It wasn't just a quick ride on a train. There was a little talk about rocks and stuff. There's a special word for that discipline, isn't there? But I've forgotten what it was. Yeah, they were so willing to talk about, obviously, what they loved to do. So if you like little narrow gauge trains and you like seeing people passionate about what they do, then go to the Steeple Grange. It's really, really cool. And I need to go back there because part of the line was shut due to a disaster that they'd had. So I really want to go back at some point. What's your best train? Again, probably the Hornby unrebuilt Merchant Navy. That's probably my favourite, but there are so many good ones. Don't forget to read out our super chats. No, I won't, Mayo. If I miss any, I'll go back at the end and cover those. Polar Pendleton, could you please run the Princess Royal and the Princess Coronation Weathered, double heading, blood and custards? Yes. So these, yeah, it's the princesses and the coronations that are getting requested quite a bit. But yeah, you are right. I do have those. Let's have a look. Again, Jurassic Jack's Trains, Weathered Loco, Marine Princess, Coronation Egg Fan. Yeah, if you want to submit the $5, I can definitely do that for you. Eggy Eat, again, thank you for your request. I'll make sure that one is done. Let's see, the Black 5 with the C1 Atlantic, some green coaches. Yeah, we can do that, no problem. Harris, thank you very much. Hope you're well. For the weathered competition, please could you run your older Bachmann 30? Yes, the older 37, that's weathered, that's a good one. Pulling your weathered Hornby TTS vent van. Oh, well remembered. Yeah, cheers Harris. Yeah, I can do that. Right, let's have a look. Sam, you are ignoring the super chats. No, I'm not. No, I just read a couple of those out. You think I'm scrolling slowly through the list, so I need to skip forwards a little bit, that's for sure. The Engine Shed, more train simulator videos. I do need to make some more of those. If you've got any suggestions on what route you'd like me to try, then please do let me know, because I'd like to try another really cool one. XR 42, Princess Royal Lady Patricia with Pullmans. Another great weathered loco there. Thank you, XR. That's pretty good. Let's see. Let's see if I can find any more cool questions. Let's see. Quite a few questions about Train Simulator, so I think that might be something I'll look into, definitely. Robert Brown, have you ever spoken to Hornby about the lack of spares for currently produced models? Not as such, but in the past when I've asked them direct questions about various things, I've very seldom received a direct answer. So it's worth getting in contact with them if you have those questions, but I'll be surprised if you get much of a useful response, but it's worth a try, I suppose. Alex Dent, are you going to do another salvage or scrap? Yes. There are several episodes which are filmed and edited, and they're going to be going out once a month until Christmas. So yeah, you got more salvage or scrap on the way. Let's have a look. The Tired Goose, you can have a shout out, and thank you for your kind words. That's very kind. Mitchell Cole, can I please see the weathered Hornby Q1 with a mixed wartime train? That's perfect. I mean, there was no dirtier time than wartime, so weathered makes sense there, that's for sure. Lightning Wing Dragger, need help choosing a Niagara 484. Uses physical reference for a novel one day. Oh, I'm not familiar with that one, but good luck. Good luck in your search. I hope you find what you're after. What's your favourite song, The Tired Goose? Do you know what? I couldn't say. There are so many good songs. It might be Ain't Misbehaving. It's a very old tune, that, but yeah, I do like it. Have you played Railroads Online, says Lightning Wing Dragon. I've heard of it, and a lot of people ask me to play it, so maybe that's something I should do, as well as Train Simulator, maybe. Alright, question. Caps from Sodor Dandaman. With Bachmann announcing an N-scale Gordon, would you consider doing a Thomas N-scale reviews and small layout? You see, that might be something to try. An N-scale Gordon, that's going to be super cool, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's great that they're going serious on their N-scale range, aren't they? I'm quite surprised by that, but they're obviously N-scale's growing, so it makes sense. It does make sense. Let's have a look. Paul Carroll, if you've got a suggestion, feel free to make it. That's no problem. Let's see. 3D printed O-gauge, says Robert Powell. Yes, I do have a plan to 3D print an O-gauge loco next. That was what I said before I did Copper Knob, and then Copper Knob was born, so take that with a pinch of salt. But at the moment, that's what I'm intending to do, yes. The best model in my collection, do you mean my favourite or my best? Because I don't think they're one and the same. It's difficult to say. Let's skip down a little bit. The new Storyteller, there's been a layout in this loft since about 2012. Very early 2012, I think. So over 10 years now, which is quite crazy. I don't have Train Sim World, Sparky. No, I don't. I've heard that it's quite good, though. Apparently it's more realistic in terms of simulation. Is that fair to say? As in, you can get out the trains and walk around. Am I thinking of the right one there? Eggy Eat, when you feed the Scrapman locos, where do they go? Plus, can we see the Scrapman live? Yeah, alright, we can go for that. There's a little collection bin behind his mouth, so when he's chewed up the engines, they disappear inside. But yeah, you can see the Scrapman. Let me get this camera on him. Here we go. The Scrapman. He does actually literally live inside this cupboard. I don't suppose you've ever seen him in the light, have you? I don't know. But yeah, there he is. There's a lot of junk in there as well, but that's him. And here's a fun fact for you. He actually has a chimney, which you can't normally see because he wears a hat. But there you go. That's the Scrapman. And that's him without all of the special lighting that he gets in the series. And these are just some 3D printer spare parts, which obviously aren't there when the Scrapman is in use. But yeah, he's asleep today. He's not up to his usual evil deeds, so I'm not in any danger of opening the cupboard and losing a finger or something. So yeah, we're all good. We're all good. Oh gosh, right. This is really cool, by the way. I'm loving this Q&A. The questions are quality, I have to say. Let me skip forwards, and we're basically at the end now. Okay, that's good. Keep them coming, folks, because you know, while I'm sat in this chair and I'm not running about, I'm keeping cool, and that's what I like. AV Geek 1234, are you going to get a Polish loco? I don't believe I've ever tried a Polish loco, and I wouldn't know which one to choose if I was going to. So, if you've got any suggestions, I will very much do that for you, no problem. Let's have a look. Oh, my question, I'm asking the best model. You know, at the moment, I'd have to go with what's at the top of my ranking, and that would be the Dapol Manor, I think. But Yeah, it's hard to say of all time, I'm not sure. Harry C, do you have plans to move house soon? And if so, would you build your own layout? I don't have any plans right now, but long term, definitely moving to a place with more space is definitely something I'd love to do. And if I did, then yes, I would build a proper layout. The only reason I haven't done that here is that I'm not planning to stay here forever. And if I'm building a layout properly, I want it to be forever. I don't want to build one here and then have to leave after a few years, because as much as I think I would enjoy building a layout, it's not my passion, and I don't want to put my heart and soul, all that time of money, into more than one. I want to do one, and I want to do it properly, and hopefully then keep it long term. So that's basically what the situation is with that. How do you get Train Simulator, Trey Walden? Well, I think you can play it on your iPhone or on a tablet. I bought it via Steam because I play on PC. How much do you weigh, ProTune HD? That's a good question. It's been a heavy summer so far. I've been eating quite a bit. Haven't been on the scales for a bit. And that's probably the way I'm going to keep it. What did you want to do if not YouTube, says A&L Models? I wanted to be a teacher. I don't think I would necessarily have been very good. I think this is better for me. But yeah, I did work with kids quite a bit back in a few years back, and I really did enjoy it. So I think teaching would have been what I tried to do, but you never know. You never know how things turn out, do you? Whether it would have happened or not, I don't know. A Festiniog Loco says Jurassic Jack's Trains, wants me to try one of those. Yeah, if I had track that would work with it, I would love to try one of those. One of the Bachmann ones. They looked, the Double Fairly, was it? Yeah, they really did look fantastic. Have you seen Duchess of Sutherland, says Marion and Joe Bond? Is that the one at the NRM? If so, yes, because I went to the NRM a few months ago. But yeah, I did see a coronation there, and she's pretty marvellous, I have to say that. Right, let's get back down to the end. Big question. All right, Edward Vincent Briones, you got a big question. If you want to choose a Thomas and Friends character that is neither produced nor a member of the Steam team for your next model loco project, what would it be and why? So you mean neither produced nor a member of the Steam team. So do you mean a character that hasn't been done already? Ooh. I don't know. You know what I'd love to see done? I'd love to see like the parent of an existing character turn up. Like, wouldn't it be crazy if Thomas had a dad or something? And it would be maybe another much older pre-grouping LBSC loco. Or maybe, like, yeah. I think that's what I would do. So maybe if Edward had a really old Marsh Atlantic father or something, I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to really chew that over. I feel that question needs more thought than I gave it there, but oh well. Right, one more and then we're going to have to carry on. When did you build the Scrapman, says the new storyteller. He was built in probably March 2021, just before I started doing the first Salvage or Scrap series. And yeah, he's changed now actually. He used to run on a single motor, which just had a pulley inside, which operated his eyes and mouth at the same time. Now he runs on a digital system basically, so there's an Arduino in there. Mouth and eyes are Arduino controlled. I've got a little controller. Where is that? Here it is. I'm not going to be able to lift this up high enough to show it, I don't think. Oh yeah, maybe I can. There you go, little like games controller. It's 3D printed. It's all custom hardware, if you like, and that allows me to control it. I did think about pre-programming him so that he could act without control, but I just quite like controlling him myself, so that's the way he works. Anyway, folks, let's have some requests that were left over from last episode. I hope you enjoyed them. Here they come. The first request comes from Godzilla 1954. Blimey, what a time that was. Bachman James with Edward and 30 to 35 trucks. Now, I'm not sure exactly how many trucks I've got on here, but I've got a whole load of wagons, some tankers, some vans, and also a brake van on the back, so I hope that's okay. Bachman Edward struggling a little bit today when I first started him. I think the motor might be on the way out, which is very unfortunate, but he has recovered with James's help, and they're hauling quite a big train together, which is quite impressive. Then the next request comes from Jenny Hepton for Thomas, who I guess is Jenny's son, so shout out to Jenny and Thomas, who wanted to see an A4 doubleheader with 7 LNER coaches and a Class 47 at the end. I've been able to do that to the letter except for the double heading A4s because the Hornby A4s don't have front couplings unfortunately, so can't double head those, but apart from that I hope that request is okay for you. Then XRCon42 wanted the rarest loco I have with suitable rolling stock. I chickened out of pulling the Wren West Country class out of its box, so instead I've gone for the original Triang Stevenson's rocket, which is a very, very rare model now. So XRCon42, Jenny and Thomas, Godzilla, 1954, thank you very much for your requests. For the next request we have James back again. This time he's for Mark 7188 though, who wanted to see Backman James, some box fans and a break, and this is all for Mark's son Jack. So Mark and Jack, thank you so much for your support. I hope you like seeing James with his box fans. Here's a really cool one from Darian Wilcox, classic LNER request here, an A1, an A2 and an A4 triple heading with some LNER coaches / rolling stock. I've gone with the coaches. And that's super cool, and they're all in different liveries as well, which I quite enjoy as well. So Darian Wilcox, great idea, thank you so much. Then on the inside line we have Rillians Railways, who's quite a simple request actually, but quite effective too, with Railway Children pannier tank, Henrietta and a towed brake van. They just look like they were designed for each other really, don't they? So Rillian Railways, great idea, thank you so much to you. And same to Darian Wilcox and Mark 7188. Let's move on. Up next we've got the big freight train back again, this time though hauled by the Hush Hush. So this is a request from Shine Ortis, thank you very much to you Shine Ortis, and it's pretty cool to see the Hush Hush doing goods. I'm not sure if this is something I've ever done before, but I think it looks really cool. Maybe a little bit sacrilegious, it's definitely more of a passenger loco, isn't it? But, you know, for a change, it's a good bit of fun. The next request comes from Dancing Turtle 96, who requested a very interesting double header, this time the V2 and the B12, with a bit of a mixed train. So we've got some teaks and a few wagons on the back. That's a very, very cool one, actually. And the V2 and the B12, they look absolutely awesome together. So thank you so much, Dancing Turtle 96. Then NWR J&W Studios, this is a really simple one, but one that I love, nevertheless. The C1, gorgeous, gorgeous Atlantic locomotive with Pullmans, which I think is a perfect match. So good work, NWR J&W Studios, thank you for your support. And thanks also to Dancing Turtle 96 and Shine Ortiz. The next request comes from Polar Pendleton, who wanted a J70 with a J72 with a J50 at the back of a large rake of teaks or wagons. Well, I'm not doing a banker today because they just tend to go wrong. So I've got two locos at the front for you. We've got the J72 and the J50. Hopefully that's okay. Thank you so much for the support, Polar Pendleton, and I hope you enjoyed seeing your request. XORCon42 wanted to see the Hush Hush with the GT3, two very unusual and yeah, two unique locos, double heading, so I see where you're going with that, with some LNER coaches, which I've done, so again, very cool idea from XRCon42. And then finally, William Grantham wanted to see the J70 and the J15 with a load of 4 or 6 wheel coaches, so I've put a whole load of 4 wheel coaches on. Hopefully that's okay for you. So William Grantham, XRCon42 and Polar Pendleton, thank you so much for your support and for your requests. Alright folks, nice work, thank you very much for those awesome requests. And just to say, obviously I've got a lot of requests from today's session. Don't worry if they don't all get done today, they will all be done on the next stream. So yeah, they're all down there. I've got a list that is automatically generated, I won't miss them, don't worry. Okay, how's everybody doing? You like those requests? You have to donate. Oh yes, yes. So if you want to submit a request, you can super chat. There's a little $sign, £5 or the equivalent, and you can run whatever you like. I'm sorry I have to charge you for them, but it's a good way of raising money to keep the channel going, and it also means that I can get everybody done that wants one. Obviously, if they were free and I opened it out to everybody, I would just get hundreds, and there was no way to do them really. So yeah, apologies, I know I'm a bit greedy bugger, but yeah, it's just the way it's got to be, and it does keep this channel alive, like I say, so we got that going. Right, let's run some more then with that in mind. We've got some more live ones right here. So we've got, first of all, XRCon42 wanted to see my largest LNER freight locomotive that had me scratching my head. I've gone with the Thompson 01, but I'm not entirely sure whether that is the largest. Maybe there's a larger one. If you know, put it in the chat. I'll come and have a look. Colin Wykes, thank you so much. Colin wanted to see a Coronation Elizabeth, so that's on the middle line with some Pullmans. And then William Grantham wanted a Caledonian 812 with the Caledonian single wheeler with as many blood and custards as possible. Well, I've just put 4 on there because obviously we're doing this live and I don't want to have to take too long putting coaches on and off. I just noticed there's a coupling lying on the track there. No, I think we're okay. Here we go then. Let's try the Thompson 01. There she goes. The Coronation Elizabeth, that one is. Very nice. And the 2 Cali locos, which are going to be a bit fast if I don't watch it. So, got to keep it easy. Got to keep it steady. There we go. Ah, I just missed them. I think these 2 are running pretty much side by side. Oh, look at that. Yeah, they're not now, but they kind of were. That's not bad, is it, that? Alright, and there goes the 01, powering up Gordon's Hill there with the Ocean Wagons. Love the Coronation, says Oxarcon42. Yeah, me too. Yeah, they're classic, aren't they? You gotta love a Coronation, really. The Garrett, says Malcolm Loud. Yeah, the Garrett, that's a good one. I don't have an LNER Garrett, though, unfortunately. But if I did, that would definitely be bigger than the Thompson 01, wouldn't it? Easily. Do you think it would be possible to program sound decoders in the future? AV Geek 1234, I feel surely. Yeah, if not already. Yeah, there's nothing complicated about that. David Mattox, J50 Doncaster, running light engine together. Yeah, absolutely, David. Thank you very, very much for the support there. Appreciate that. Adam Rushton, yeah, you probably just missed that. Someone did ask me that. And yes is the answer. I'm eager to do more Train Simulator, but I need to find a route that I really enjoyed. In fact, the Chorus is possibly the most I've ever enjoyed a Train Simulator route. So if you know one that's similar to that, please email or comment me about it, because I'd definitely be in for something like that. Oh yeah, Chris Lackey, yes. If you're a Chief Mechanical Engineer, there's a post on the Community tab, which was made just before this series started, so July was it, something like that, maybe June, yeah, probably, I don't know, you got to scroll back, it says your requests, you comment your request on there, and if you do it before the next stream, which is on the 4th of September, then yeah, you'll get it free as part of your membership. Yes, apologies, didn't realise you were a chief, and welcome to the chiefs if you have just joined. Malcolm Loud, don't worry, we've still got more requests from last stream still to come. Lots of them, in fact, so don't worry. TMD RNM, hi Sam, in honour of my new Dealy, I guess, 3F, which I fixed up. Oh, you know what, you enjoy a model so much more if you fix it up yourself. Could you run your BR3F with any LMS red coaches? I certainly can, yeah, no problem. And congratulations on the on doing up that engine. That must be very satisfying. I've just come to stop all the engines and most of them have just embarked on a new lap, so I won't stop them right now. We'll keep the split screen going. I'll whip some of these engines off. Alright, there we go, Caledonians have done, nice work. Ooh, a bit of a sudden stop there, I didn't really mean to do that, but never mind, let's whip these off. 2 very valuable engines, those. Put those on my table so I don't accidentally kick them. I don't very often kick things by accident, but I definitely don't want to start with a Caledonian loco. That would not be good. Okay, Coronation, thanks for your service. Obviously we've got quite a few Coronation requests outstanding now, so if you like the Coronations, they'll definitely be back pretty soon. And then the Thompson. You know what I've done with my Thompson? I've ripped off the front coupling hook and the screw link coupling that was on it because it dangles down in the way of the front pony rather, and caused derailments. Since I've done that, no more problems at all. It was well worth doing, that was. Okay. Ooh, let's have another sit down. It's been about 30 seconds since I last did that. New Oban Productions, good day Sam, good day. Gonna have the 01, same one again, and the B1 double head with a passenger train. Yep, no problem, thank you very much. RDHNLB, wow, thank you very much for your support today. Oh, okay, I know my name is weird, so you can call me RD. Yeah, could you tell I was struggling with it? I thought, you know, You need the respect you deserve. I was trying to say it, but yeah, okay, RD, I got you. Right, let's go for a quick break then. I'm going to set up some more requests, and then we'll come back and run some more trains. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Okay folks, I am back. Welcome back to Sam's Trains Live. I hope you're all doing okay, enjoying the stream so far. I really enjoyed that Q&A actually. There was some really good stuff on there, so thank you so much. We'll do it again if you want to. Don't forget, your challenge for today is to come up with the best request covering or including a weathered model of some sort. And if you come up with the best, you'll get this. This is the 6-planker from Oxford, weathered. And I've got to say, I've been looking through some of the requests already, and I've got a pretty good idea who it is. I'm not going to reveal that just yet, but yeah, if you think you can beat it, you've still got a little while to go. Right, let's run some more trains then, shall we? So, next lot of requests I think is quite an interesting one. So we've got, on the outside line, you can't really see the logos, I guess I could back them up, but it comes from Sparky129, who wanted a Class 17 double heading with an 08 shunter, which I think is actually quite a smart pairing, because obviously the 08 shunter from Bachmann is a very slow loco by design, and the Helgen Class 17 is a very slow loco by virtue of the fact that it's useless and terrible in every possible way. So probably quite a good pairing. Then we've got RD, who wanted to see the C1 with some box fans, so that's no problem at all. And then we've got Sir Dinadan with coaches. I didn't write down who requested it, how silly. But yeah, the reason that one's interesting is because that is Hornby's original N15, and only that model was created. It was Terence Priestley who came up with that, so thank you, Terence. Yeah, they only made Sir Dinadan. That was the only one that was made using this tooling. I think it was in the range for a year, maybe 2. That was it. It never came back. It used the Hall class chassis, I believe, or modified version of it. And that was the only model that ever came out of that tooling. I think that's crazy. I mean, Hornby do kind of do that today sometimes, but not very often. There's normally, you know, at least a few different models that come out. Now, I know that was the only one apparently, so let's see if it still works. Yeah, it does. Oh, look at that. Beautiful smooth run of that one. Right, let's find out whether the 08 and the 17 are going to be compatible together. You know what? It could be touch and go, couldn't it? They certainly are going very slowly. Look at the state of that. We'll tune back in a second. Dinadan's going well. I think, well, I assume the C1 will be okay. Let's see. Yeah, look at that, going along, no problems. These two. Now, is the 08 still going faster than the 17? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, one of those oceans is off. Ah, oh, crumbs. Yeah, it's all going wrong. I wanted to say something slightly less appropriate there, but no, all going wrong. That's what I'm sticking with. Yeah. I mean, they're going so slow, it's not exactly going to be a high-speed rail disaster, is it? But still annoying. Probably going to be that Helgen coupling, isn't it? Because obviously, everything else that's hauled those oceans to date has done it without a problem. Oh well, there we go. Going behind the bookcase now, so there's no helping it, is there? Oh, look at that. Dinadan. Great run of that. Oh, God. Things are not going well. I think it's too late. I think it is too late for me to rectify any of this. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, box fans are off. Stand by, technical difficulties. I don't know what caused that. Better stop everything, just in case. Get the C1 back to the front. So I don't know, have the oceans tipped again? I don't know. I can see the 08 has broken free. Yeah, the 08 has pulled the coupling off the front of the Helgen 17 and is going off on its own. You'll see that in just a second. And now the 17 has stopped. There's the 08 with the coupling dangling. I've got box fans littering the line here and there, which is absolutely tremendous. Don't you love live streams, everybody? And yeah, we've also got box fans right behind the bookcase where I know I won't be able to reach them. So, isn't that just great? There we go, can you see them? Yeah, there they are, box fans stuck. I do think I'll be able to rescue the Class 17's train. It has basically pulled a load of the oceans off the track, but they are still all coupled together, so I'll give that a go. See if we can at least get them back to the front again. For goodness sake. And I don't know what to do about those vans. I think we might have to send an engine to rescue them. What do you reckon? Yeah, I think that's going to be the option. So let's choose a reliable shunter with good couplings and let's see if we can rescue it. We'll just get these oceans out of the way. There we go. See if we can trust the 17 to take those back to the front. It's going to take about a light year, but you know, in fact, a light year is not a measurement of time, so that is incorrect. It's going to take a long time, innit? There we go. The 08's coupling that it was dragging has now disappeared, so that's going to cause another derailment another time. Excellent. Oh no, I've found it. Okay. Crikey. Right, okay. So let's whip the C1 off the track so that that doesn't go anywhere, and then let's bung another tank engine on the track. What do you reckon? Should we go with a... let's go with a Ginty, I think. Or maybe an 040. It doesn't really matter, does it? Let's just go with whatever I can find. Yeah, J72 or J83 in fact, that'll do. Let's bung that on, see if we can go and rescue. There you go, if I can put it on the track. Tell you what, I'm losing my mind. Right, there they are. Let's see if this is going to work. Hopefully it will. Depends if they're hopelessly derailed or not. Okay, I'm going to listen for the clunk. Oh, there was the clunk. Please rescue them. You guys will know now whether it's got them. Yeah, it's got them. Ah, that's really saved me a lot of work, that has. Because to move all the furniture to get to there would have been very annoying. Okay, thank goodness for that. Man, that did not end very well, did it? Crikey. So I think now all the lines are clear again now. I think they are. Well, I'll have to double check. But while I do, before I do in fact, let's have a look at some Wall of Fame stuff. So I've only got a couple of things to show today, but if you'd like to send in a picture of what you've been working on, picture of your layout, anything like that, maybe some trains that you saw on a day out or something, you can email the photos to me at samstrains@outlook.com. I'll print them off and then I'll put them up on the walls in the room, and you might even see them in a video. But this is really quite cool. This is one that Matthew C has been working on. Look at that. Very, very pursy, but also clearly quite custom as well. Yeah, it's really great work, that. And look how carefully it's been painted as well. So yeah, Matthew C, I take my hat off to you for that one. That's really awesome. And then we've got Roger H, who sent in quite a few different pictures, but I thought the one I would show would be the one of his full layout, which looks like quite the setup, doesn't it? Yeah, it's quite nice. So yeah, thank you for that one, Roger. And for now, I've still got requests left over from the last stream, so let's run those now. The next request comes from Paul S, who wanted to see a J39 double heading with a J15. So two lovely LNER 060 locomotives with some mixed freight. So we've got today's big freight train back on that train. Looks absolutely awesome together. So thank you so much, Paul S, for that lovely request. Godzilla 1954 wanted to see the B12, City of Truro and the Flying Scotsman triple heading with some LNER coaches. And what an incredible combination that one is. Scotsman, B12, yeah, you can see that happening, but the Truro in the middle, that's quite the wild card, isn't it? So thank you very much, Godzilla 1954. Then Sparky129 wanted to see the J70 with the Ginty, some four-wheel coaches, some wagons, and finally a Toad, which is a very specific combination, I feel. So Sparky129, thank you for bringing that to the channel. No doubt this is the first time that that has ever been done. So thank you, Sparky129, Godzilla 1954, and Paul S. The next request comes from Matthew Tranowski, whose name I have researched in order to pronounce correctly. Probably still got it wrong, to be fair, but never mind. Wanted to see an S15 with as many wagons as I dare, plus an N15 banking. Not keen on doing banking, because like I say, it always goes wrong, but I have tried on this occasion, so we'll keep it brief and just try and get away with it. Mayo Hosco wanted to see the C1 double heading with Mallard, but of course Mallard doesn't have a front coupling, so I've just gone with Mallard, as I know that's Mayo's favourite. Yeah, welcome Mayo. With a Pullman, LNER coaches, some LNER vans, well I've only got one so I've put that on, a Rapido J70 on the Warwell, and an LNER brake. So hopefully that's okay, Mayo. Thank you as always for your very, very interesting requests. Then, on the inside line, a loco that does not get requested very often, which is a shame. I really enjoy this loco. Please request it more, folks. Not a great runner, of course, but still very cool to see. So this comes from William Grantham, who wanted to see the 040 Sentinel, 2 box fans, 4 wheel coaches, 4 4-wheel coaches in fact, and a 6-wheel brake third. So William Grantham, Mayo Hosco and Matthew Tranowski, thank you very, very much. The next request comes from the average British Railways appreciator who wanted to see the Russian Decapod with some BR rolling stock, except obviously the Decapod has knuckle couplers which are not compatible with any British rolling stock. So I've had to go for some American rolling stock instead. Certainly happy to run the Decapod though, so thank you very much to you. Another one from XRCon42, thank you so much for your amazing support. You wanted the Deltic with the Peppercorn A1, which is a really cool combination. Both very modern locos when they were introduced, I suppose, with a mix of different teak coaches. So we've got the old rake of teaks on there. Thank you very much, XRCon42, for that request. Then on the inside line, Eggy Yeet wanted to see an LMS tank engine, so I've gone for the Class 5, which I love. 5 LMS wagons, 3 wall wells with peckets on. Well, only one of my wall wells is low enough to take a pecket, so you've just got one, sorry about that, with the diseased caterpillar on the back. So yeah, we've got the trailing car there. So Eggy Yeet, XRCon42 and the average British Railways appreciator, many, many thanks to you. The next request comes from, again, the average British Railways appreciator. Thank you so much for your support. You wanted to see a BR Hall with some wall wells and a bullied 060 on them. Obviously I can only do one of those because all my other bullied locos have a tender permanently coupled to them, but not this one. You also wanted American caboose, but I can't do that either because obviously all the American cabooses have different couplings. But I hope you enjoyed seeing the bullied on a wall well. Hopefully that's okay. Malcolm Loud, this is a very clever one. Wanted to see an A1 with 3 teaks, so that's like back in the day. And then 3 HST coaches with an HST dummy to show a slightly later period in time. Both of these periods meeting up together to form one train, which is awesome. So thank you, Malcolm, I appreciate the request. And then on the inside line, we've got one from Beaglington-on-Sea who wanted to see an MSLR 4-wheel coach. I'm not sure what that stands for, but I've put a 4-wheel coach on there. Random selection of stock, yeah, some wagons then, and a pre-grouping loco. So we've gone with the Class 5 again because I'm just in the mood for that one. So Beaglington-on-Sea, Malcolm Loud and the average British Railways appreciator, thank you guys very, very much. And here we go with the final couple of requests for now. The first one comes from Kai Pinch, who wanted to see the J50 with 2 coaches and 5 wagons. Really loving how much of the J50 we are seeing today. It's a good loco, that one, and yeah, nice to let it stretch its legs properly. And then Roly Povey wanted to see anything NER themed running for their 20th birthday. So a very, very happy birthday from everybody to Roly Povey for your 20th birthday. And of course I've gone from the Oxford N7, which I hope is a decent enough choice for you. So to Kai Pinch and Roly Povey, thank you so much for your support. Let's go back to the live stream. Thank you again, folks, for those awesome requests. Always love seeing what you lot come up with. So that was a lot of fun. Quite a bumper edition today. While we were away, Polar Pendleton asked me to do the Class 25 Rat with the TTS vent vans and egg vans. Of course, the egg vans, I believe, are technically weathered. So any egg van requests will be considered. So thank you, Polar. And then also Mindless Shark wanted to see Mallard and Daylight double heading with some blood and custard coaches. Not sure if I'll be able to double head those because I don't think either have a front coupling that is compatible, but I'll run one or the other for you, and thank you so much for the support. That's very, very kind. Okay. We've got a clarification from Beaglington. I asked for the MSLR coach because Mid Suffolk Light Railway was taken over rather reluctantly by the LNER. I used to live in Brockford near the MSLR Museum / Steam Railway in Suffolk. Right, thank you for that. So how was my choice of coach is the more important question, I guess. Was that halfway suitable? Hopefully it was. Right, oops, let's have one last round of requests then. And first of all, we have Simply Edward on the outside line for RD. Hope you're doing better, RD, and thank you so much for all your support today with the stream. And William Sutar, whose birthday it is tomorrow, again, happy birthday. wanted to see the Dapple Manor with some freight. I think this is her first appearance in a live stream, so glad to have that one running. Very, very impressive loco. For me, a very, very good model. And then George Botterini wanted to see Evening Star if I've got one, and of course I do, so we can do that for George, no problem. So Henry, off you go. Oh, it's nice to have a request that's unlikely, not completely guaranteed, but unlikely to go wrong. So that'll be a nice change. Having said that, let's watch it derail immediately. In fact, no, it's the 9F that's derailed immediately. Yep, nice work there, 9F. Let's get you back on. Bear with me, folks. I know you can't see what's going on. All right, hopefully that'll be better. Here we go. Here we go. There she goes. It was the tender. Sometimes those tenders do like to come off. I'm not entirely sure why, but mine is not the reason why. There's Henry. Let's have another look at Henry. Yeah, there's something clicking with that 9F. I'm still not convinced I put the tender on properly. So that might all go horribly wrong in a second. We'll have a look. Hopefully not. Maybe it's alright. Maybe I'm worrying over nothing. Although something doesn't sound quite right, you know. I don't know what that could be. Well, we'll keep going. So anyway, there's been a lot of super chats today. Oh, yeah, something has gone wrong. There's some vans. Oh God, what on earth has gone on there then? It's those vans again, isn't it? They caused trouble last time. I didn't actually consider not running them again. Okay. So I think Henry should be okay on his outside line. What's going on there? I think it's probably just because I've got there are all sorts of different vans coupled together. Some of them have got different couplings. So it might just be that. Let's pull them back out. Sorry about that, Manor. Let's try again. Unless something's gone wrong with the track, but I don't think so. The only weak link might be that Oxford Great Eastern van, because the couplings are not quite right on that. I thought that in the review, and sure enough, in many cases when I've tried to run it since then, it's caused trouble. So let's try whipping that one off, and let's go again. See if it's any better. Right. Anyway, as I was saying, and I will try to say it again. No, still not okay. There's another van lying down. Ugh. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach that. How did that happen? Was that from the last disaster maybe? Yeah, that could have been from the last little cock-up. Let me see if I can grab it. Come here, you. Okay. That'll explain why the Manor came off, wouldn't it? And she's off again because of it. Alright. Hopefully it's just the front bogie. Right. Third time lucky then. Doesn't work this time. We'll give it up as a bad job, I think. But we'll try again. So that's the third van I've had to take off that train. Dear, oh dear. Alright. Take 3. Phew. Right, let's try again, shall we? Anything else going to go disastrously wrong? Disastrously. Like that word. Like that pronunciation. Right. Yes. Lots of super chats. I apologise if I've missed anybody, but I'm going to go through the list right now. And thank you all so much for your support, because as always, I couldn't do this without you and your support. And the fact that you like the video so much that you feel you want to donate and, you know, have a request, oh, it just means so much. So thank you very, very much, good people. We have Colin Wykes to start with. I did yours, thank you very much. George Botterini, RD, cheers RD, you know I appreciate you. William Sutar, 1638, have a good birthday. William Town, I did see yours, William, so no worries. It's just a bit complicated to do live, so I'll pre-record that and do it next time. Terence Priestley, I did yours. Biglington on Sea, thank you as always for your massive support. Sideways 66779, Lewis Hughes, XRCon42, AZ Rail, JC number 1234, 5 and 6. What a username. Sparky129, Tiger Tales Railway Videos, Mail Hosco, NWR JW Studios. Always appreciate you guys chipping in. Thank you so much. Jackson Rocket, Polar Pendleton, Jurassic Jack's Trains, Eggy Yeet, Harris. Thank you, Harris. XRCon42 again, Mitchell Cole, Lightning Wing Dragon, Duck Rails, David Mattox, TMDR&M, New Oban Productions, Godzilla Boy 2004. There's a lot of Godzilla mentioned in these usernames. It's quite interesting. Apollo Pendleton, Mindless Shark, and The Train Man. I think if I refresh, there might be a few more, or maybe not. No, I already did refresh it. Okay, that's good. So yeah, thank you so much for your support, folks, and for your requests. If you haven't seen yours done today, then it will be done next time. And the next stream is going to be on the 4th of September, Sunday at 1 PM, British summertime. And you know what? I think I've made a decision on who made the best request. I'm just going to see if I can search for it quickly. So it comes from, I think it's going to be Mayo Hosco, who wanted Lady Patricia and a Coronation, which I do have weathered in both cases, with some Crimson and Maroon LMS coaches with any rolling stock that's collected dust or has scratched paint. So we've got locos that are weathered, and even some coaches which look a little bit under the weather as well. So Mayo, I think I'm going to give the LNER fan to you. So send me an email with your delivery address and I'll get that off to you ASAP. And thank you to everybody else who made an awesome request. Obviously, I do really appreciate you. And if I could send everybody a prize, I absolutely would do. And we've got a few more just dropping in just before we finish. Citric, Amoeba again. Could you run a streamlined coronation class with your choice of coaches? Absolutely, thank you so much. I'll be glad to do that for you next time. And RD again, blimey, cheers my friend. I've been making a narrow gauge layout. I just want you to know, what is your opinion on the Bachmann Thomas narrow gauge range? I personally like it and enjoy it. Well, I've never experienced it. I don't think I've ever seen it even in the flesh, but it's very good to hear that you're pleased with it. Yeah, and yeah, I would love to try it one day, that's for sure. Anyway, next week I'm going to be, like I hinted earlier, I'm going to be giving a very disappointing model the first time round a second chance. And then I've also got a very impressive diesel model to review for you as well. So stay tuned for those, hope you enjoy them. For now though, I'll say thank you so much for tuning in to another live stream. I will see you very soon for some more streams and more immediately some more videos. But for now, that will just about do it. So thank you for watching and I'll catch you on the next one. Alright, cheers everybody, take care. Hey folks, thank you all very much for tuning in for another episode of Sam's Trains Live. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with another episode very soon, but in the meantime, please enjoy the videos that I'll be posting on my channel till then, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks again for your support folks, and take care of yourselves.